Hey, how's it going, YouTube? RuneScape community. Today I wanted to talk about an argument or an issue that has been talked about for quite a while now. And first things first is I just want to say the Tumeken Shadow is not as broken as everybody is saying it is. Is it a good weapon? Yep. Is it best in slotted a lot of places where it's technically not supposed to be? Yep. But is it gaining all of the power that people are saying it's gaining from minor updates like a +2 magic damage cape? No, it's not. Flat out isn't. There is so much room for Shadow to have updates, and I'm going to prove it to you with one simple method in something that the whole entire community has likely overlooked, and it's these new prayers right here. There has been a lot of talk about, oh, shadow nerf, this, that. Even Jagex is like, okay, yeah, we're gonna change shadow up. But I'm here to say and ask the question, why? Because it is not gaining much from the updates that have come out recently. It won't gain that much from a new cape. It won't even gain that much from the new gloves coming from the upcoming bosses this year. Uh, It is March 28th, 2025, and I'm here to say that currently Shadow is less broken as far as design than the Twisted Bow. That's right, I said it. Now, Twisted Bow has had its fair share of design flaws since its release. Number one, Chambers of Zarek. I remember a time when you used to scale Chambers of Zarek and Twisted Bow did not have a cap. It was broken. Straight design flaw. Zulra. They put a cap on what Twisted Bow hits as Zulra. Clear reasons why. It's design flaw. The magic level and its scaling, blah blah blah. Um, People are saying, oh well, the 3 times and the 4 times when the magic damage is added to the shadow adds so much, blah blah blah. It's because they're doing their math wrong. They're not smart. They don't have any knowledge, and they're probably pretending that Shadow gains like 50% magic damage over a +2 magic damage cape. No. The mistake they're making is like, oh, Tormented gives +5 and the new gloves give +7, so they're not doing their math right, and they're saying, oh, +7 damage times 3 is 21%, and that's not how it works. Okay, you have your Tormented bracelet, which is +5, so Shadow is effectively +15 outside TOA. So if your new gloves are +7, it'll be +21. It's not gaining 21%, it's gaining 6% because it's only 6% over what Tormented Bracelet already is. So I cleared that up for you. Let me go ahead and show you something interesting with these prayers that they added recently. Okay, here's a max setup with Shadow, full max, and here's a full max setup with Twisted Bow. I'll click through these to show you all the settings are correct, and then I'll land on information. And we're going to focus on these prayers, because this one is +3 magic damage, right? This does not multiply with Shadow because it's a prayer. This is +3 range damage. 3%, sorry. +3% range damage. Okay, I have Imbued Heart and Ranging Potion, respective to the type. Slayer helmets are off. And you could pause there and compare. That'll show all of the things that we're using. Alright, let's think of a monster that both Shadow and Twisted Bow are pretty good at. And I'm thinking, I don't know, Krill. Krill Tutsaroth. Zami. Okay. Now, we're not doing a comparison on which one is better right now. What we're going to look at is the DPS gained from the upgraded prayer with the Twisted Bow and the DPS gained from the upgraded prayer with the Tumeken Shadow. Alright, so from here to here, when you upgrade the new prayer, that's +3 magic damage increase, right? Alright, let's see just how much Shadow is gaining from +3 magic damage static, not multiplying with the effect. So essentially like Eternals. Let's see how much it's gaining. Ready? Watch this number and this number. 66 max hit and an 8.1 DPS. Holy. Wow. So how much would it take to gain a max hit? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you see what I'm saying there? It gained a whole whopping 0.08 DPS off of the new prayer. Wow. What is Reddit crying for? What is King Condor crying for? No monkey seems to not care. He knows that a +2 magic damage cape isn't gonna break the game. He's been pretty correct about a lot of stuff lately. King Condor, as funny as the guy is, man, he's doesn't know what he's saying. Alright. Now the real issue. How much did Twisted Bow gain with the plus? I'm not even focusing on the accuracy buff with this prayer. I'm just going to focus on the ranged damage buff, which is +3 ranged damage. Okay, our max hit with Twisted Bow is 66. 6.7 DPS. Wow. Look at that. An easy plus 0.5 DPS. And 2 max hits. And that's only +3 range damage. So everything Reddit and King Gondor cry about with the Shadow is actually happening to the T-Bow. As right now, today, March 28th, 2025. You guys really need to do your own research and do your own calculations because I just laid it out in front of you. Which weapons... I wouldn't even say it's a design flaw with the T-Bow. I really don't care. But the thing is, it's like everybody's just fucking bashing on the Shadow. What is the deal? The Shadow isn't... Look. You add magic damage. This is equivalent to Eternals in an upgrade. And it's not gaining anything. This gives +2 magic damage, right? So this does multiply. How much are we losing? 2 max hits. So +6 magic damage gives you 2 max hits. That's not even a lot. 7.71 DPS. 7.71 to 8.1. So you're gaining 0.5 DPS with 6 magic damage increase. That's with the multiplication involved. That's not a lot. That's not a lot. That's less than a Thrall. Dude, that's less than a Thrall. Let's do another monster that you can compare them on, Zabak. And let's do it in a 500 ray level because why would you do anything less? And let's do the path level at 2 because I don't know. Go ahead. So we've got 71. Okay, let's see how much the shadow gains on this one. Okay, so it remains true. Gains a little bit more accuracy, a little bit more DPS, but still no max hit, and you know, it's just negligible. Eternals are negligible because this right here is the increase because +1 magic damage with the internals and multiplied by 3 is +3 magic damage. From here to here, it's 15 to 18%. So, okay, that's effectively Eternals. All right, let's check it out. Let's see how much the Twisted Bow gains. Holy shit. It gains 3 max hits, 69, 70, 71. Nah, 2 max hits. Sorry, I did my shit wrong. But 2 max hits, I'm kidding. 2 max hits. Still, bro, like it's the same shit. It's static everywhere you go. Muspa. 2 max hits on Muspa. 0 max hits on anything. So, like I'm saying, the whole point of this video is just to show you that the design flaw that people are saying that the Shadow has is definitely happening to Twist and Bow instead. Um, is Shadow more powerful at a lot of places? I guess, but is it by far? Mind you, nobody's wearing Pegs or Venator at Zabak, but nobody's shadowing Nex. So what's the deal? Shadow needs to be better in 500s if you ask me. 540s especially because you get DPS checked on Aka's ghosts. Like, there's no reason a raid item should be getting DPS checked at their respective raid. Like, it doesn't make any sense. But it also doesn't make any sense that all of the community is listening to King Condor or some other random YouTuber that just copies King Condor and No Monkey right after an update to say that Shadows needs a nerf and is broken and needs to be less good or something like that. Like, how would that work? Unless you upped the multiplier in TOA and then reduced it outside of TOA, but then what magic items are you going to use outside of TOA? The Sang? We're going back to that. Maybe that new item that's probably just as good as a Sang that's coming out this year. Like, come on. Yet you're still able to Twisted Bow everywhere. Remember that? Remember back in 2017 when Twisted Bow was just like Bis for Krill, Bis for Armadil, Bis for Sarah, Bis for Zulra, Bis for KBD. Fucking literally everything. And now that there's something that is good for a lot of things, it's always in the top 3. Like, who cares? If anything, just make weapons that are like they did with the passive on the gauntlets, like only work for 4-tick weapons. That's fine. Shadow's a 5-tick. If it does make it OP, oh well. Like it's not gonna affect the shadow because it only works on 4-tick weapons, or make it not work on powered staves or something like that. That's a powered staff, and I don't know. There's a million options to work around the shadow. It's not design flawed. T-bow, they didn't really work around it with anything like that. They just put a cap, like, oh, it only hits 50s on Zora now, instead of banging 81s every shot. Does that make sense? Like, and nobody petitioned against the twisted bow back when that was going on. Like, oh my god, it's too powerful. We should nerf everything. You know, it's like you don't need to nerf it. It's good. And also, it's not gaining as much as people say. That's. I just wanted to point it out with this video, and proof is in the pudding. You can watch it right here. Go ahead, comment, have debates, talk with me about it in the comments. Um, if I'm missing something, let me know. Don't just bullshit though. I swear, if you bullshit in my comments, I'm deleting it. Like, don't just fucking bullshit. Don't be biased against one or the other. We want the whole game to work as a whole, right? So that's all I want. I just want the game to work. I think it works right now. I think Tumeken Shadow is good. Twisted Bow is a close second in a lot of spots, if not better. Scythe. Scythe is doing great right now. I know they're very focused on making melee good. But yeah, just open your eyes, guys. Calculate your own shit. Remember, I'm just a guy who hasn't done any combat achievements. He doesn't have Blorva. He doesn't have any Fang kits. You know, he doesn't have all the TOA pets. He doesn't have a max house, a max cape, infernal cape, quiver. He hasn't done Coliseum 5 fucking times, and yeah, you know. I'm missing my white Rancor though, so I suck. What do I know? Anyways, have fun scaping, and see ya.